Do you know of this?
The affluent syndrome.
Affluence syndrome.
Affluence.
Yes, formerly cited.
Like influence, but affluence.
Affluence.
AFF.
It's the effects that are directly imparted upon a young person's life having been raised in such an environment that would enable
Slow down. What? I know. Hold on. Huh?
They're the symptoms.
What are the symptoms?
Affluence syndrome.
Oh my God.
Is a group of symptoms that can be viewed and found in many people who are of affluent descent, such as, rich little fuckers. Yeah, so...
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm blind, or whatever you want to call me.
Their blindness to society's normal standards is their
I'm just
syndrome.
saying that's an enabling thing. That's an enabling thing.
That's a syndrome, and it's been cited in court in murder trials. Because he didn't know any better, so he killed them with the car, and that's not his fault. No, really, that's the thing. They do that.
For rich people.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can get off on affluence syndrome.
Oh, man. Fascinating.
You don't remember that kid who was driving the car? This is like the one case. That kid, like 5 or 6 years ago, he was driving a car with his friends. They were all fucked up. Nobody had a seatbelt on. He crashed the car. Everybody died in the car except for him. He got off. Affluence syndrome. He didn't know any better. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know there were consequences for anything.
So I feel like I could use affluence syndrome on almost everything.
You're not affluent. But yeah, you could.
Like, who really like, how much is affluent?
At a certain point,
at
a certain point, you need to stop and grow up. But yeah, if you're a little child and you're rich as fucking hell and you kill somebody...
I'm letting you know that there's people that go their entire lives where they have no conscious awareness. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No,
people
they get raised in the affluent bubble.
Like, people protect the children every time, so the child never experiences this experience. But when the parents die or whatever, the child doesn't know how to handle said situation because they were protected.
Who does that kid in the affluent bubble become? That's the question. He becomes Donald Trump.
Fuck politics. I wanted to talk about kind of like Broward County, okay?
No, legitimately. That's who he becomes. Legit.
All right. It's funny you say that. It's in some aspects.
It's absolutely true.
All right, relax. Hold on. Relax. So it's funny that you can mention that on rich people. See, now I wanted to point out in the Broward County aspect is something I wanted to point out. So, okay, so from the outsider looking in, Plantation, let's put Plantation. How about that? Plantation is like a rich, kind of like a richy, it's kind of like a ritzy area.
Oh, you want to talk about the dynamics of the plantation?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like how you have complete conscious where you have these people who are totally so... Oh, hold on. I want to talk... I have a couple points that I really want to point out, and then I'm going to let you go, okay?
The plantation paradox.
Hear this out, though, straight up. You already know what it's like. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you have these people who have so much fucking money, and, like, exactly, but the kids, they go so deprived because the parents are constantly at work. So, therefore, the child goes neglected, even though the child's getting everything the child thinks that they want or thinks that they are supposed to have because their friends have it or whatever's going on. But really, the child's neglected. So look at the Broward County.
That's a whole generation.
What do you mean?
That's a whole generation. Our generation experienced that because our parents' generation didn't have enough, so they figured they could have us. They figured we'd be okay if we had everything.
But we don't. We needed them.
Yeah.
So, well, we know that, though. So there's something else going on with that, though, because at the same time, we've created our generation now as we became so hard or whatever. We're like, we don't need you. We don't need anyone is behavior that we're reacting like. We're talking about killing everyone. Anyway, let me just go back to the Broward County aspect, okay, first. Let's go back on a smaller scale real quick. So I'm saying the Broward County contrast because I wanted to point out the fact that, like, yeah, exactly. You have all these kids. Well, I just feel it most... I know this is happening on a global scale. However, I definitely did feel it most intimately with Broward County because I witnessed it and I just know it. So I see, like, it's the same behavioral patterns in the children or whatever. Like, think about it. They're all self-destructive tattoos, trying to express themselves through music is usually a huge thing.
You don't like tattoos.
It's not that I don't like tattoos.
What's your problem with them? Why are they self-destructive?
For me,
my tattoos have meaning now.
Every tattoo has a meaning. If I take a knife right now and I carve a certain message into my arm and I smash some ink into it, and I do that has meaning to it.
Why did you do it?
Because it has meaning. I needed to carve this, this knife.
Why?
I don't know, something told me
no,
inside
that's
me
not
told
a good
me
enough reason. That's not why you get a tattoo.
It has a meaning as a story.
To you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it
It's like
doesn't
a song
matter
that only
anything
I
to-
hear.
So it doesn't mean anything to anybody else.
Exactly.
So
but it's
why does
also
it matter
but it
what-
tells a story in some aspect too, because when you find my dead body, it's gonna tell you a little something about me.
If you can make heads or tails of it, sure.
If you can tell what the symbolism means. If
Sure,
you know the story.
you might be able to pull some rough symbolism.
Okay,
out
what
of it,
I'm
but-
saying though is people felt, I wanted to bring awareness how people had felt the need that they had to do that to kind of show people what's inside, because they had a hard time
A
verbalizing
lot
or
of people
sharing.
just use it as a front. A lot of people don't use it as a form of self-expression at all, but it's a form of self-imprisonment. So, I wouldn't even go off of
That's what I'm
most
saying.
people.
They choose to make contracts with themselves, or they write these certain things into
If
themselves,
it's
like I
even with
hate
themselves.
myself, or
If it's even with themselves, it might actually be a contract with the person.
yeah, exactly. You write Ellen, or like I'm saying
Or
someone's
like,
name.
18th Street,
Exactly, and so you're constantly being triggered to remember and think about 18th Street, 18th Street, 18th Street, 18th
Yeah,
Street.
and so are other
Piece of
people.
shit, piece of shit, death. Exactly, it's the same thing. But like basically, we also put that on our skin because we showed people like, look, I can't stop thinking about death. Look,
But that's
death is
not
on
why-
me.
that's
Death.
not why- That's not why everybody gets tattoos, though.
It's not. There's a psychological term of that as well.
I think you might be grouping all tattoo having people into
I'm not.
into
I
one
think of
group.
it as like an ancient practice, to be honest. Like that's immediately
Well,
where I
it's a
go
very
to.
ancient practice.
Like exactly where you're stabbing and then smearing ink.
but the-
I resonate with that
But
most because of the
why?
cutting thing for
But
me.
Why are they doing it?
Because it has
That's the
meaning.
question.
It's like when I get henna. Like each symbolism, each thing on your body. I don't know.
They
They're,
think they believe actually that it brought them closer to their
you're making sacrifice.
spiritual
Exactly.
being.
Cutting when you leave blood to the.
Yeah,
It's the same
and-
thing. It's the same thing with tattoos.
and-
You're paying
and
homage.
Then, and then by having it marked, by having it visible.
It's
other
funny you say
people-
that. In
other
the Bible,
people
they
know
call it
that
marked
you
by the
have
beast, right?
sacrificed.
There's symbolism in all this. You just have to recognize what's going on. You're
What
choosing
is
to
the
put.
beast?
It's you could call it your own ego, where you tear yourself apart. It's the shadow.
Oh yeah, sure.
Dragon. Chasing
me
the dragon. Maybe
Me
you
and
should be
that guy,
familiar
we
with
got
that.
a complicated relationship. So if he just wants to live on the outside of me, that's all good. Just saying.
Just saying, if someone wants to live on the outside,
Yeah, that guy.
what guy?
The guy, the bad guy. The bad me, the bad Chris. The asshole one that does drugs and shit. If he wants to live on the outside of me, as my tattoos, that's cool with me.
Well, it's the principle that you had chosen to kind of stain
It's the
yourself with
principle
that
that
part
I'm a
of
Gemini
you.
and I'm very, very dual and not singular, so if I have to put him somewhere, he's going to be on the outside. Because he doesn't do too good on the inside directing me.
But he also is what pushed you to put that stuff on the outside of you.
Yeah, but I love him. He's cool. He's part of me. He's not going anywhere. He just doesn't have all that control anymore. For some reason.
Or maybe he's telling you that.
Who knows?
Ego, man. It's
I
all
doubt it.
ego.
Nah. See, the thing is, doesn't have enough balls to tell me to do anything.
You're not listening. There's some truth to that. You just said that. You don't have the balls to tell yourself to do anything.
Anything that I don't want to do.
Just keep listening to the contracts and the things that you just keep telling yourself. Just recognize that and just understand that that's the blueprint and that's the contract. That's the life that you're writing out. You're bringing it true.
The hell are you talking about? What contrast?
Contract.
Oh,
Things that you said about yourself.
yeah. Well, you see, when I'm talking about myself, it's hard to know what's really going on there because you don't really understand. Because it's very hard to explain. I don't feel
Because there's ego.
explain it on there.
There's multiple levels of who you are. Are you talking about in the...
What?
You have multiple different layers to your soul.
I'm a Gemini.
It's more than that, though. This seems like there's 3 with you, and there's not 2.
There might be. I don't like to think about that though.
Well,
Toby's
I think
not
everybody
involved.
has the 3 thing,
How
though.
does Toby know I'm in here? How does she know?
How do you know that she knows?
She's eyeballing me. She's literally staring at me. Look.
I don't want to look.
What?
Where's Toby? You're freaking me
She's
out.
staring at me. You see her, right?
I don't see her, but I believe you. She's
Am I
there.
hallucinating right now?
You're not hallucinating.
How does she know I'm in here? She's literally looking right at me. It's crazy.
I'm scared.
What are you doing, Toby?
Toby!
How does she know?
Toby!
We were in a car.
She's a smart cat, man. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. She's so cute.
She is. I like her.
Why is her name Toby?
That's what Gabby named her. Gabby let her have babies in her apartment.
Gabby is that girl?
No, Gabby's Sophie's roommate.
Yeah, that girl. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with
You don't even know who Toby is in the movies, do you? You haven't seen Paranormal Activity? Okay, didn't think so. Okay.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything? You trying to say my cat's tainted?
No.
She's cool.
She's hypersensitive. She's psychic.
I don't know. She stayed alive somehow. She was homeless before I started taking care of her. She didn't used to even let me pet her.
Talk to her. Tell her to come here. Will she come?
She doesn't really trust you, I don't think. Like, no, honestly, that's the vibe of her, because usually she's all over me.
I want her in the car so bad.
Yeah, she's like one of those, like, you know, she shows you affection just a little bit, you know? Not too much. Just enough. Keep me feeding her.
So you're saying the cost that she paid to be fed was that she had to accept you touching and loving on her?
Yeah. Literally. That's the only thing I ask.
Let me love you. I will feed you. You're so cute. Dude, she's gorgeous. Like, she's just... She looks like
She's part Siamese.
Is she part Siamese?
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say an Asian short hair, to be honest.
Because she has those cross eyes.
The Asian short hair.
I think she's hungry.
I think she's hungry too, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I want to give her something. I wish we had something.
I have food in my house.
Tuna. Give her tuna or something.
I have cat food. Yeah, tuna's got lots of fucking radiation in it now.
Mercury, Fukushima. So, you going to bed at 4 a.m.?
Something rather. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it, I suppose. Oh, I have school tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo,
Yeah,
recognize what you gotta do, and you gotta write a paper by X time.
Yeah, not so much a paper.
Well, I got a paper I have to write.
This motherfucker wants me to write a paper on Jimi Hendrix.
What's
Like,
wrong with that?
Word, motherfucker, give me an easier assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Jimi Hendrix. What?
Yeah.
It's a fucking paper on Jimi Hendrix. And then I have to present 5 minutes on it.
I don't know anything about Jimi Hendrix, by the way.
Me neither, but it's okay.
27 Club, that's all I know.
I know a little bit about him, but
You
not
know about
as-
27 Club?
27 Club. No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure he's a part of the thing called the 27 Club, where a bunch of people died at age 27. I think Kurt
Oh,
Cobain
yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
I'm not certain who's in there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's like a
it
thing.
didn't ring a bell at first.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
You can mention that.
Sure. By age or at age?
Die at the age of 27.
Oh, at the age of 27, huh? Oh, I should watch
Stop,
out
you're
for
gonna
that.
freak me out because we're about to turn 27, both of
no,
us.
You're scaring me, bro. What
Well,
the
you're
fuck?
fucking me up. 7, 8, 9. I wonder if that's the Saturn returning or what that is.
What are you talking about now?
Planetary stuff.
Oh, have you
Saturn's
seen that
return.
app?
Stop freaking me out. What the fuck are you talking about?
The app.
With the stars?
Yeah, the star. This guy.
Yeah, but I haven't got it yet.
Why not?
Nah.
It's actually pretty cool.
I know. I've seen them.
Oh, we have a planetarium at my school.
We have a planetarium at your school in Hollywood?
You've been to Central, right? To Broward Central? In Davie?
No. But my dad was talking about going to the planetarium together.
You haven't been to the campuses in Davie, the college campuses.
No, I don't think so.
But you used to live there.
So, I was a fucking kid. I was 15 years old. I didn't fucking look at colleges there. I went to college in, West Palm Beach.
Yeah, I know that. Remember?
West Palm Beach.
There for a little while. At Eric Bellatti's house. while you were
Eric
doing that.
Bellotti.
How's he doing?
It's hard to talk to him sometimes.
You still talk to him?
Well, if I told you
know-
he's completely straight now.
No.
Yeah!
What?
That was the last time I had when I last experienced him or whatever.
He doesn't like guys?
I know. Shut
But he
up.
used to take it in the pooper.
Shut up, will you?
He's the best. I love him. He's the
I know.
best.
The dark place. It's a terrible, terrible place. It's a place where your soul and mind goes while your body lies in agony on the earth.
So,
Yeah, Bilotti, man.
what happened to his boyfriend?
Oh, I don't know. I think he just went back home to California.
Oh, so Eric's here?